I'm back with another video. I know I just uploaded a video about this motor that I have 6 to 8 gallons on. I re-shimmed the head and retuned it, fresh glow plug, just freshened it back up, didn't change any of the internal parts. Just put 2 new bearings on it and that was it. And it's running super crispy. Yeah, it's like 3 years old. It sat in my pit bag for like 2 years. And I bought it in 2013, and I bought like 2 or 3 of them. Here's the other ones. 1, 2. R5R. And this is the Alpha Worlds edition. Had some issues, troubles with it.
Garbage.
Take a closer look at it. But anyway, the video that I did was all about tuning. Essentially, is what my point was. So what I've done here was just gathered up some stuff that I consider tuning parts. And I'm just going to do a close-up of each one and give you my little take on all of them. This is the most important thing that I've done religiously with my cars, is change the oil filters. I don't clean them, I don't wash them. They get dirty, I throw them away. Engine bearings, those ones are for the reds. These came out of the reds. And like I said, a whole stack of bearings. Glow plugs, I got 3, 4, and 5, all different heat ranges for weather and nitro content and fuel and power band, etc. These are important. This will help you with track conditions. This will limit the power or give you more. It'll make the car more drivable on slick tracks. It'll make the car drivable more powerful for high grip tracks. Flywheel, that's aluminum. That one's steel. That will also, help out a really violent bottom end car. A lot of the 3-ports that I've had got a really, really strong bottom end. I don't really like that. That's why I run 5-ports.
I love strong bottom end.
The head shims. The head shims are going to help you with drastic weather changes, engine temperature, ignition timing.
Final tuning
a lot
option.
Of times when you do a head shim change, you're going to see some drastic changes.
Completely different.
Case in point, this motor that I did this afternoon. It had a .87 shim stack in it. I brought it down to a .5, completely different engine. You wouldn't even, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't believe me if I told you it was the same engine. And I didn't touch anything but that.
Head shims, baby.
Another big one.
Pipes.
Pipes are my favorite tuning tool. Now, when I say pipes, I need to clarify that more. I use clutch springs. And clutch shoe material. These are the
Dynamite.
Max Life. I've never
Max Life.
It's pretty legit.
For life.
I think they're aluminum. Oh yeah, they are aluminum. They almost look like they're carbon, but they're not.
Nope.
I think they're just coated with something.
One of the best shoes out there.
And then you got the lightened aluminum and the composite.
Composite.
I use a combination of clutch shoe material, springs, and pipes. And that's why I have so many pipes. They all, like this pipe here, beautiful mid-range.
Anyway, what's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac is in the cave. Today is a very, very special day, people. Muggy is so excited. Looks like Muggy's going on a vacation. Check it out. Kinda. Muggy's packing it up, man, because we got to get ready, because guess what today? Guess what, son? It's finally here. The day that I've been waiting for months. Now, it's almost, I don't want to say 100%, but it's pretty for sure. Me and my brat brother that I hang out with, he came by last night, and he said, "Bro, I know you want to go to the wetlands, And I got time tomorrow, man. I don't work till tomorrow night. And by the way, I'm off today. So, I'm probably going to work. I mean, more than likely I'm going to work tomorrow. But I'm off today. So guess what? It's time for the wetlands. Son, yes! Now, the only problem is, now I want to bring all my shit. Because you guys seen the video of the wetlands. If you don't know what the wetlands is, it's a place in Southern California. To be more specific, in Huntington Beach, California. I live about 20-30 minutes from the beach. Huntington, Newport. I'm in the OC. I'm in the OC, people. So anyway, what's that video run on?
I mean, it's probably got the best mid-range. It's a 9901 clone, they claim.
He's like, bro, we're gonna go, bro. And I'm like, yes! So I don't know which whip I want to bring. We're definitely bringing the Mugen. Okay, the MBX7. Have you guys seen the last video? By the way, the last video you guys should have got done finished watching was the Mugen buggy. We're gonna get to that in a second. But this thing here and this motor, they're like two peas in a pod. They're like meant for each other. Now, this 28.8, that's not no stock. This is no regular 28.8. Okay, this is a special 28.8 here. Bam! Check it out. What does that say, son? What does that say, kid? This ain't no freaking stock. This ain't no scrub 28.8. This ain't no rookie, no newbie 28.8. This is what real next level nitro men are into these days. Just so you didn't know. If you didn't know, I should say. See that right there? There's a tattoo, people. What's that say? Oh, snaps. RCR. And it's not just RCR. I bought it from RCR. People will get them broken in from RCR. The motor bathing. See, let's not get this twisted. This is RCR. What's that say? Oh, snaps. That says mod, kid. This ain't no stalker. Talking mod, people. So anyway, this thing is dialed. Dialed. Money in the bank. Okay, now let me show you something real quick. Now, you guys know, if you don't know or you do know, you know the Tekno has one of the smoothest drivetrains ever. And by the way, my drivetrain on my Tekno is even smoother than the average Tekno. Like Yogi Bear used to say, smarter than the average bear. I used to watch, I was a huge Yogi Bear fan. Hey, boo-boo, we're gonna go to the wetlands, and we're gonna get some serious bropping on. Hey, but Yogi, what about the Ranger? Hey, don't you worry about the Ranger, boo-boo. I'll take care of him. Remember? that shit was funny. Sorry about my bad impression. But anyway, get back to what we're talking to. This has 70-75, 4.5 millimeter in diameter aluminum drivetrains. Front and the rear. Now, I bent these before, so these aren't as strong as you might think they are. Actually, the steel is stronger, but the steel that come in these are pretty thin. It's like a freaking spaghetti noodle. If you look at these bad boys, these are 4.5 millimeter. I think the regular ones are 3.5, so we're talking a millimeter thicker. Okay, these are. So anyway, but the biggest thing about these and why I run these is because, one, it's less rotating mass. Because of the lighter weight, this thing, it just gives it more runtime. It's more efficient. The drivetrain is a lot smoother because it's less rotating mass. If you guys know anything about rotating mass, if you don't, let me educate you on that. The less weight you're rotating, okay, longer run times, just performance in general. I'm not going to get real specific, and that's a whole other video. But anyway, and also the main thing, if you do have a bad wreck or head-on or whatever, runaway, these things will bend easier than the steel, which is good, because if they don't, you're going to destroy your rear, center, and front tranny. When I had the runaway on this thing the last time, well, not the last time I ran it, but you know, the only one time that I've had a runaway in I think all my vehicles. The only one that hasn't ran away because she loves me is the XTM Muggy over there. That thing has never. I don't think so. No, that's never had a runaway in that. And some of the shittiest servos that I've had, I've been through that thing. And man, I've been very blessed. That thing has never got away from me. These other vehicles, this one twice, this one once, so that's 2. No, yeah, this one twice. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, no, maybe this one 3 times. This one I had an issue, a lot of it because of that FlySky IT4S receiver. When it got hot, it tripped out. And I had a servo go bad in there. So 1, 2, maybe 3, 1 in here, 4. And that one had the first runaway I ever had was with this thing. This thing freaking ran dead on 40 miles an hour at least or more. High, like top end, screaming its ass off into a brick wall. Body went flying off, filter went flying everywhere, and all they did is bent the chassis just a little bit. I bent the front, the A block, which these are 70-75 aluminum, and it bent it, but it didn't bend the hinge pins because they're titanium. You know, that was a good thing. And I bent the B block, I think, too. But other than that, I didn't break no arm, no pillow balls, nothing. I've never had any pillow ball issues with my Mugans. I would have thought the runaways that I had, and as hard as I've smashed these things in the walls and shit, that, you know, that these pillow balls would have busted. They didn't. Matter of fact, the runaways that I had on this thing, and it hit a pole, and it hit a wall, like into the side. I don't know if it was dead on, I can't really tell. But it never didn't do anything. It scratched up this body a little bit. This body's beat, the body that I got on it. But other than that, it didn't really do anything. That's another guy that's good to learn from. Okay, this guy here, JT, what's his name? JT12 RC Videos. I learned a lot of tuning from this guy. This guy knows his shit. I don't. He's probably like 21 now. He started this when he was a kid. The other guy that you're watching, Mike B, that's another guy to watch. That guy has a lot of good videos. I learned how to do head shimming from Mike B. And other things. That guy's really technical, but you know, he runs the E-word and goes back and forth, so I just unsubscribed to him. He doesn't do really videos anyway. He hasn't. Last video he did was almost 8 months ago. So, but he has his videos still up. If you want to learn about all the different tuning options, and you know, this guy has good videos. And the JT12, like I said the other day, that guy is really good. If you want to learn a basic, easy to learn basic tuning, watch JT12. That guy has a lot of good info. But anyway, to get back to what we're talking about, this Techno drivetrain is pretty smooth, right? Do you think this is smooth? Yeah, but don't. Most of you guys out there that are watching that follow me or my subscribers, there's maybe 2 or 3 guys that I know personally that have Mugen Truggies that bash them. Most people race them. I mean, this thing is bred to race. Mugens are designed to race. That's why I wanted to turn a race-inspired vehicle into a serious basher, because you can. Why not? You can't take an RTR or some freaking scrub whip, and you can't race that, definitely. I mean, you can, but you're gonna get that ass spanked by race kits. And more importantly, a race kit, an RTR, a lot of times it's not the strongest. It's going to be the strongest, you know, recreational or bash vehicle. But anyway, this Mugen here, look at the drivetrain on this thing. Money. Now, I don't know, maybe it's just mine, but from what I know, Minby X7s, the transmission on these things are smooth as butter, people. Look at that. Money. This thing is as smooth, or maybe even slightly smoother than my Techno. My Techno's no slouch. The Technos are very smooth. Very smooth. Money. Silk smooth. But this thing, look at that. This is a bad mother right here, okay? That's why I put my favorite motor, now my favorite modded motor, in here. And this is where it's going to stay. Now this motor might, I might try it out. And these two are my obviously my only two Truggies. Top of the line, next level. Okay, those aren't RTR kids. Okay, kiddies? Son! This isn't RTR shit. These are top of the line, top notch. I'm not just saying that because they're mine. I'm saying that because it's a fact. This Truggy and this Truggy are two badasses. Now, the only thing we need to do to quiet down all them haters out there is we need to get these bitches airborne. This one will be airborne today. We'll see if the pillow balls will hold up. I know they will. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to beat it. I'm not going to launch this thing 100 feet in the air. So don't get all overexcited, people. But we're going to get her busy. We're going to do some serious next level bashing today at the wetlands. I don't know if I'm going to hit any of those BMX jumps and shit, because those things are like vertical. If you guys seen the video that I put, it's some nasty shit over there. But we're going to see what's around there. And this shit's going to get dirty as hell. This bitch is going to get torn down all the way. I already know. Good thing I'm running this thing. That's what you need. If you guys have the motor saver, the outerwear, but you don't have the motor saver, the whole filter, don't even run the outer. I mean, I don't want to say that. Bottom line is you're missing the whole point. This thing here, this outerwear, without the motor saver, it's just an average filter. It's just a regular filter. With the motor saver and the outerwear, it's the best filter for your nitro motor that I've ever seen. Okay? Racers don't really care for it because they feel it restricts performance. Okay? And that might be somewhat true, but I don't notice any performance difference. All I know is this shit protects my motors. This is like wearing 6 condoms. When you're running the regular air filters, and you guys know which ones I'm talking about. Look at that sexy Cougar. She's got the different look. This MBX Cougar, MBX 5 Pro Spec Mugen has, like, I've got many flavors for it. You guys seen the God of War one? I've got the blue one, the red one, and I got another body. I'm going to do another body of this one here. I'm going to do another one. Proline Phantom bodies. I love these bodies. Very cheap, already pre-cut. Perfect. I mean, you got to do some altering because this is an MBX 7 body. Remember, this is an MBX 5. So this body was designed for the 7 buggies. But it works on this if you do a little bit of altering. But anyway, we're going to get the Mugen. I was thinking about taking the Tekla, man. I don't know. I want to take both of these, but then I have to do, I don't know. I'd rather, if anything, I'm going to take that buggy out again. Because, you know why? Because I can. I'm just kidding. Because, check this out. So we're going to definitely take the Mugen buggy because we got to finish breaking in the Rex. I mean, I got to continue to run more fuel through it. I want to stay on it a little bit more before I get back into the other ones. Because these motors, remember, they don't need to be broken in. The LRP .32 has already been broken in by me before I sent it to Lance. So once again, if you break in a motor or a motor has been broken in already and you want to get it modified by Lance or Rick, when you get it back after it's been modified, you don't have to re-break it in. Okay? I thought you had to. You don't. When I did my first ones with Rick. All you need to do is idle a tank of fuel through it. Okay? Break in fuel. Just idle a tank through it. And then throw your 30% in there and let it rip. Okay? So that's what I had to do with that one and the OS. So on that last video, let's talk about this motor here. This motor is still new. Remember, even though I've broken it in and it's been modified and I didn't have to re-break it in, it's still not, it doesn't even have a freaking half a gallon through it. And yes, and the other day when I was running it, the video you guys seen, I could feel towards the end of the video, the more I kept running it, she just, in all nitro motors, the more you continue to run them from new all the way to whenever, they're going to get better and better and better. Now, will they come a point where they're not going to get any better? I guess. my experience is after around 2 gallons or so, that's pretty much, it's not going to get faster. Now, there are other tuning options you can do to get more power out of your motor, and that's why you can go watch Mike B. Mike B shows you all the tuning options, your pipes, your venturis, your clutches, your bearings. I mean, there's a lot. Like I told you guys many times, anything that's connected to your motor is a tuning option or affects the performance, the way it runs. Okay? You know, fuel, plugs, shims, carburetor, venturi, clutches, headers, pipes, fuel. I think I said that again. Fuel, everything. So anyway, this is a badass. This is one of the only 3 rice burners that I own. Right? I think so. Yeah, because I own a Hyper 21 OFNA, which is a rice burner. Okay. I own this OS, which is a rice burner, and I own this badass rice burner. But these rice burners are modified. These aren't stock. Modified by who? Who's that? Who's that modified by? Is that RCR? Oh, bam! Well, who's that modified by? What does that say on the top of that head right there, son? RCR. Yeah, I wish he would have done it in a black, because you can't barely see it on either one of these because they're blue. The silver doesn't pop. He should have done it like in a black. I guess he didn't want to. He didn't want you to change the alter, you know, so it doesn't change the way your head looks or whatever. Now on this thing here, you can see it as clear as day because the head's purple. You can see that RCR modded, baby. So anyway. Get back to this. This thing is a nasty, nasty little OS. Okay? This is a badass now. It went from just a, you know, okay, mid-level, entry-level, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't have ceramic bearings. No, this one has ceramic bearings. I put ceramic bearings on it, but it doesn't have a DLC-coated crank. You know, it doesn't have the mid-needle that Mr. Adam Drake likes. I hate it. This carburetor, I mean, look at the carburetor. I mean, if you look at that carburetor, people, come on. Come on, son. Check it out. Look at that carburetor. And look at this carburetor here. This carburetor, it's like its twin. Look at that carburetor. You guys can see that? My lighting sucks. See that carburetor? Look at this carburetor. Looks like a copy to me. But anyway, this thing is a badass motor. But now, we are going to be starting to do the shootout. Because what we have here, people, is an Italian stallion. Bam! Reds R5 Team Edition. .21. Modified by who? Oh, this is modified by RB Mods? That one's modified by RCR? Okay, you guys seen that one rip. Take one more look at it before I go under the hood on this sexy sucker. Look at that. She just looks freaking good looking for a 15-year-old whip, huh? But anyway, we got the different look on her. This is the original wing that I got when I bought this thing. Geez, 5 years ago I've had this thing now. But this is the wing that came on it. We have got my version, what I can call the BF Goodrich all-terrain tires of 8-scale buggies. These right here. Yeah, Chinaman. These are AKA rims. These are really cool rims. I really like them. They got some kind of bead system in the inside where you can remove the little studs in there. I don't know if you can see in there at all. And change the weight or the rotation. Something like that. Anyway, she is going to rock the reds today. Okay, we're going to take her to the wetlands too. Yep, she's going to get... I tore her down. Cleaned her already. I mean, she's clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle, people. Knocking down my pipes. And I didn't have to tear her down completely. I pretty much pulled the front rear clip off. Center diff out. took a semi apart and cleaned it. Now, I know after this run at the wetlands, it's going to get freaking filthy. This is where I'm going to pull it all apart. Pull the diffs out, everything. I already know. That's if I run it. I really don't know if I'm going to run it or not. I just hate to get 2 vehicles, you know. I mean, I'm not being lazy, but to clean 2 dirty-ass vehicles the way I clean, that's a project for me. Because it ain't going to be no rinse the thing off, air it off, you know, the Mr. Za way. When I get my shit that dirty and I'm tearing it down to clean it up, it's coming all the way down, people. Down to kit form, down to the chassis. I mean, everything. That's just how I roll. So, a couple things. I know I showed you guys some tips the last time. Another, if you guys get pit mats, and some of the pit mats, like mine, because I use on my tables, and they're not, my tables aren't huge. You know, I've got the J Concept one. You know, I've got a Pro line. I'm getting a Mugen one. That's the next one that I'm gonna get. The Techno one. Now, I cut these to fit my tables, so I have extra of this material. This shit you can use for, I don't know, everything, man. There's a lot of things. I use it on my little motor stands. These little motor stands right here, because it's like a plastic on the inside. I put a piece of this, cut it to the size in here so it grips the motor better. Also, I use this on my channel locks. I put them in here. Glue them in here. That way when you grip your flywheel, you know, when you're tightening up your flywheel, I use these to tighten my flywheel up. There's just tools you can get, but these work, and I do that way you don't tear up your flywheel. I glue pieces of that in here. Now on the inside of my, also another tip, and this is, I showed you guys this on the past videos, I think. We all had, you know, everybody, not all of us, but there's people who have been having radio issues, receiver issues. Okay, remember, the heat and vibration is not your servo's friends. Okay? The only friend that heat has is this thing here, to a certain point. When you're breaking in a motor, it likes the heat. These Reds are crazy. If you ever get a Reds, I recommend it. Highly, highly recommend Reds. You guys talk about your OSs, blah, blah, whatever. I mean, not even same thing. OSs are good. I have one that's modified. Okay? She's a badass. You know? Mostly because she's modified. But I did run her stock and she was pretty nasty too. But these are Italian. I mean, what more can I, how can I emphasize that anymore to you people that are into your OSs? It's not Italian. For you to say that an OS or a China, it's not even made in Japan anymore. They're made in China now. You want to try to compare that, that's like, you know, it's not even close. I don't want to get into that discussion because that's a whole other video. But anyway, I suggest you buy one of these. Look around. You can find them used. If you just don't, as a private person, because there's people out there that just don't buy used motors, go ahead and buy one. They're about $400 and up. But this is, and this is a thing that I want to put out there too. And I used to think that .21s, I mean, and yes, compared to 28.8, but I guarantee you, this modified .21 Reds or this modified .21 OS will spank that ass on a bone stock big block. Put money on it. So if you got a bone stock 28.8 Rex Legend, if you got a bone stock .32, okay, or a .25, or even the Pico .28, a good quality .21 modified the right way will spank that big block's ass. Guaranteed. Yes, you heard that from the Muggy. Okay? And the reason why, there's a lot of reasons why. .21s are very quick. They scream at more RPMs, so they're faster. Now, let me also add this. The .28 will probably get it top end because it's more motor. And the LRP .32 might, and the 28. The big blocks might get it more on the top end, but quickness off the line, probably the first 50, 60 feet, a good modified .21 will spank that ass. Okay? And there's some stock .21s will spank big block's ass, especially Dynamites and the Losi motors and those 28. Man, my stock Reds or that stock OS will spank that ass. Okay? That Elite will spank that ass. And this thing, when I told Lance about this, he said, oh, those No Rossi's Elites? He goes, yeah, you definitely want to get that modified. That's a weak 21. And I believe him. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. So anyway, we're at 30 minutes. Let's try to cut this quick. Oh, what am I doing? Monkey's got to have his coffee, man. I knew I was missing something. My brain's not functioning until I get my coffee. So what time do we got? It's like 6 in the morning, West Coast time. He said about 9 o'clock he wanted to go, 9 or 10. So we'll probably get out there. You guys won't see that wetlands video. Probably you won't be watching this video probably until later on this afternoon because it's Friday today. I'll probably get this to you guys as soon as I can. I just, like I told you guys, I wanted to get people. I don't want to load people up with too many videos because then people, get confused and they want to watch this one, they want to watch that. I don't even know why you want to watch the Muggy. I'm just a freaking asshole with a camera. According to most people. My friend told me, he goes, oh yeah, I heard of your friend. Is he the Muggy Maniac guy? Because I guess he was telling us one of his friends. You know what the guy said? He goes, yeah, that guy's kind of a jerk. I guess I am, man. I mean, I don't care. I am who I am. I'm not going to change that. Sure, I'm a jerk. Sure, I'm an asshole. But you know what? I'm not a mean guy. I don't hate people. I don't, sure I dislike certain people, or sure I don't care for certain people, but, a lot of these people, that are on YouTube, and I don't want to get into the YouTube talking because I promised a few of my buddies that, we would just talk about Nitro. But real quick, YouTube people just, a lot of it is just ignorance is because they don't have the knowledge that they think they have. And they don't have the right information. That's why I've been showing you guys these videos, because these are the videos that I went to and the guys that I went to, to learn. Because I was getting it turned so many different ways. Oh, yeah. Check this out. My mom loves me so much and she knows I love creamer. Because when it comes to coffee, Muggy's a wuss. I like my shit tasting like cocoa. My friends give me a hard time. Hey. They don't say Muggy, obviously. They're like, hey, Kurt, man, why do you... What's up with all the creamer and sugar, man? Why don't you drink straight coffee black? I'm like, oh, excuse my language. Fuck that. My mom loves it black. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how anybody does black coffee. Hell no. Most people that I know, and me included, I don't know too many people that drink coffee just because it tastes so awesome. Now, I'm not saying it tastes bad, but we drink coffee because it gets your ass woke the hell up. Mr. Zod drinks his Delta shit because that shit gets him freaking fired up. Like the Muggy really needs that, but... Anyway, my mom's like, here, I found you one of these since you like creamer so much. Look at that. 180 people. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's some serious creamer, son! I like my creamer, and I like putting cinnamon in my coffee too. I just like my coffee, and like I said, I like it tasting like cocoa. I'm not into that strong coffee taste. And more importantly, I want this shit to get me fired up. By the time I get to the wetlands, I'll be dropping, son. Oh, there we go. So anyway, what are we talking about? So we were talking about OSs and Reds, and so now we're going to do the comparison. Okay, the 21 shootout. You seen the video. I ran it. It still needs to be broken in. This Reds, man, this thing's ready to rock and roll. This thing's got 2 gallons, a little bit over 2 gallons through it. Its balls are dropped. It hasn't been out in a while. I really do want to rip this thing. And this thing is going to rip. This Reds is a badass. So, and then at the end of that, you guys will see that video too, this one running, hopefully at the wetlands. I don't know if I'm going to run it for sure. But if you do, you'll be able to look at this video and the one with this one, and I'm going to tell you anyway what I think. Is the OS the badass modified, or is the Reds the badass modified point? Who's the badass .21 modified? Reds OS. We'll find out. Some people say, well, that's not a comparison because that's not the top of line OS, or it's not a Adam Drake OS. Yeah, it's a mid-level. This one is a little bit better level, a notch up. Reds. This is like not the bottom. This is kind of the upper, mid, and upper. And then you have the WR7s. You got that new, what's that, Scusia, the one that Mr. 111 has. But anyway, she's ready to rock and roll. Now that, coffee's telling me it's going to turn off in a minute. What I have done because of the servo issues, that's what we were talking about. You know, the monkey gets all, I'm very random. See that in there? Can you guys see in there? Let me get my little pointer. Can you see in there? See that? This is my servo box on my Mugen buggy. I have lined it with aluminum. Aluminum, let me rephrase this, does not affect your transmitter, doesn't affect anything. If it did, do you think they would make servo cases out of aluminum? Hell no. Because I know people have asked me that. Hey, well, won't the aluminum foil or whatever, aluminum tape, if you put it in by your receiver, won't it mess with the frequencies? No, not true. So anyway, I line this just like this. And if you can look over, let me see if I can give you the, can you guys see in there? Let me see if I can turn this around. Get you, I don't think I can get you guys in there if you can see in there. Probably not, it's probably hard, but there's a lining on the outside here too. So I've got this thing double wall lined with aluminum. Because why? Because I'm trying to keep the heat out of this box. Now I've never had a problem with these FlySky receivers having problems when they get hot. Okay? But I'm not taking any chances. I don't want my shit running away. No more. I've had 5 runaways, man. That's 5 too many. You know, like I said, the Muggy Maniac is a 5-time. Well, no, there was one runaway I did. I just remembered with that. So I'm a 6-time runaway champion of Nitro. So you might want to take my advice since I am experienced. Now, if you have a lot more runaway experience than I do because you've had more runaways, then yeah, you know, hey, you know what's up. But if not, listen to what the Muggy's telling you, man. I'm not just talking out my ass. I do my homework, I do my research, and I don't just talk it, I don't just study it, I live it, I breathe it, I apply everything. I've done all. I'm the guinea pig, is what I'm trying to say, and I don't know why people don't get that. I'm the guinea pig, and I've done it, and it doesn't work that way. Or I'm the guinea pig, and I've done it, and it does work that way. You guys get where I'm coming from? I don't know why people want to, you know. And I'm saying, oh, I know everything, I'm Mr. Know-It-All. Well, if I did experience it, and I can tell you from my experience, well, it is what it is. I don't know what part of that you don't understand. Son? Anyway, this baby is going to rip. We got the same pipe, so we got the same exact setup. I pulled all the clutch, the flywheel, the shoes, everything, because I want to do an identical test. My neighbor getting his brap on in the 750 out there. But anyway, I don't want to, you know, because then people say, oh, you had a different clutch, or the gearing was different, or the pipe was different, so how do we know the OS doesn't work better with that clutch, or blah, blah. So we eliminate all that. Same pipe. Works. 2058. Same clutch. Serpent. 3-shoe. Max Life shoes in there. Medium springs. Same whole setup that was on the OS, okay, is on the Reds. So we're going to rip this thing today. I almost have to now that I'm showing you guys all this shit. You guys are going to be like, fuck, Muggy. You got us all fired up, especially you buggy guys. Truggy guys, they don't care. They don't give a shit. They just want to see some truggies get down. Buggy guys are like, yeah, we want to see this little squirrel get nasty. Another thing I do to keep my shit from bouncing around, I got this from Adam Drake. He uses different stuff. Any kind of foam, like a foam rubber, preferably. See this in here? I cut it out to a certain shape, and I fit it in here. Because I don't want my It's a receiver bouncing around. That's how you might get a plug come undone or something. I put this padding in here like this, cut it to a certain size, so when I go to put my lid on, my shit is nice and snug. There ain't nothing bouncing around. Yes, I do have to take it off every time and plug. I don't give a shit. My battery is going, this is my battery, is going straight into my receiver. See this? This is a dummy plug. There ain't no dummy switch here. Fuck switches. You know what switches are good for? Nothing. Okay, so I've got the endpoint set. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you guys. When I set my endpoints here, let me turn on my shit. Let me plug this shit in here. Somebody asked me, about endpoints too, and I'll explain. Okay, now, this thing is what? I think I just plugged in my thing. This thing is like 30%, 25% charge. This battery, I gotta charge it. I mean, these are just mid-level. I think they're $30, $40. The Savoxes. These are really good servos for the price. Okay, SCO254MGs. I've never had any issues. Well, I have one issue, but again, that was my fault. Okay, and the issue that I had with these, like I said, Savox, you send them and they give you brand new ones. But at 30%, this thing's pretty quick. They're pretty quick. They're not the torquiest. And they're not the fastest, but they're plenty. I ain't racing. So if you notice when you turn, like when you're setting your endpoints, when you turn, hear that noise? All you want to do is you want to turn. Let me get to my endpoints. You want to turn, like say if I'm adjusting the right side. Can you guys hear the noise? Hear that? I don't know, I kind of turned Mr. JT down. That's a good video. Low speed needle. I go back to that video sometimes when I forget shit. Okay. Hear that? So all you do when you turn it, and you hear that buzzing, back off your adjustment till it stops. Watch. See how it stopped? Oh. There you go. And then you do the same the other way. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I adjust it, because you don't, when it's making that humming noise when you're turning your steering all the way, or you're holding your throttle wide open or braking it, it's because you're overextending the servo. You're stressing the servo out, and that's what fucks your servos up. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that really quick. That's how I set my endpoints. You do whatever you want. If you have another way of doing it that works for you, then that's fine. That's just what I do. So anyway, we are getting all the tools prepared, all the goodies. I got to load up all this shit. I got to make sure that I have everything I need just in case we have any malfunctions or have any issues while I'm out there at the wetlands. I ain't around the corner, so I ain't coming back. That's why I want to bring the buggy. You never know. I might get this thing airborne. Something might fall off or something might come, whatever, and I have to shut her down for the rest of the day. And then instead of me just having this and only this, and I'm like, fuck, now what? Oh shit, we got the buggy. Let's get the buggy ripping out there. You know? So, always have a backup. Everything. So anyway, that's all. Yeah, I'm going to decide which body too. I don't know which one I want to beat up. I really don't want to do the Vader one because I just did it. This is more like my Shelf Queen. Yes, it is a Shelf Queen body for the Muggy. This thing is sick. I like the way it turned out. I mean, it came out okay. I don't see anybody else doing any shit like this. Well, you guys want your bodies done? You want me to do a body for you? Hit me up. Email KurtAHernandez@gmail.com, lowercase letters, or messenger me. I might run the Joker one. I think I might run, because we ran this one last time. You know, this is my official beater. I don't care if I destroy this thing. Although I do like the body. And, you know, since I have 3 bodies, who cares? Well, I might just run this one. I might run the Joker one. This is a pretty sick body, too. Okay, so anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully, you guys will see that video of the wetlands soon. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so, I mean, people, we talk about, expanding, our horizons and, as far as branching out. Well, I do that in a learning sense. I watch so many different people. John Bodegel, JT12, Mike B, Nitro Nerd. I watch Nitro Nerd probably a few times a week, sometimes once a day. He has a lot to offer, even though the guy's all messed up and all weirded out and you can't understand what he's saying. I don't watch his new videos. I can't watch them because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Excuse my language. But his older videos, oh yeah, clutches and certain things that he goes over, I mean, the guy knows what he's talking about. Mike Crodic, like I showed you, Mike Crodic. Hey, I did the Mike Crodic thing, man. Brap your shit, settles down under 10 seconds, let it sit for 20 seconds, punch it full throttle, little splutter of smoke, wow, hooks up and gone. Turn the thing upside down like you seen in my video. I didn't have to touch my throttle. That thing can turn upside down and would run forever. Okay? Take it, lift it up in the air. You want to check if your idle adjustment's right. Drop it a couple times, should be fine. I mean, that's pretty basic shit. I mean, and there is other ways. There's no one right way. But that's, I mean, I learned a lot from his videos and other guys, and Bodegel and Adam Drake. And you got to remember the guys that do the racing, that stuff, the racing stuff, the videos that you watch of guys that are professional racers, that applies to racing, obviously. Now, you got to learn to filter out and differentiate where you transition that information into bashing or into recreational, the shit that we do, okay? Us brappers, okay? Otherwise, you get confused. Hey, well, he said, yeah, that tuning is for fucking .21, excuse my language, and it's for a track. It's not for you ripping all day out in the field, right? Look at that, son. Bam! Look at that, son. That thing is looking sick. It's looking like it just wants a brap. This one wants a brap too. Man, I'm excited, people. I can't wait to get to the wetlands. If this guy doesn't show up today or he flakes out, I'm going to kill him. Next video you see of me and with him in it will be me running over his shit. Alright, people. So, anyway, Muggy Maniac's got to finish packing up. I got batteries to charge. I got servos and more endpoints to adjust. I got to make sure that this freaking MBX7 of a beast is ready to rock and roll and everything's dialed in. Check everything out. Because remember, these 28.8 stock or modified, they vibrate a lot of your shit. So after you run them, I highly suggest check every nut, bolt, screw, everything. Don't risk it. Okay? Or, if you're racing, you can risk it. But if you're going to risk it for the biscuit. Any questions? Shouldn't be. Alright, people, that's all the Muggy's got. We cut this one. Wow, this is probably one of my shorter videos. Anyway, I will catch you guys. Hopefully, you guys will be seeing the... I think I have another little video that you guys will see before this, which is the end tune. You know how I do my final tune of the day for the Mugen and the OS. That OS, man, idle's really good. I got it dialed in. It is money, people. Don't get that twisted. Just because you might see a video here and there of the Muggy struggling to tune or his tune might be off, I have too many other videos of my tune being dialed, son. Don't get it twisted. Alright? So don't let your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. Son! Bam! Next level, people. Bam! There ain't no stock shit in here. Modified. Bam! Modified, people. Bam! Modified, son! Next level whips. So anyway, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, if your RTR, your Traxxas, your scrub shit that you run, and it doesn't mean you're a scrub, it just means that that's what that vehicle is meant for. But if you're still running that scrub shit, and your stock scrub motors, hey, if that makes you happy, and that works for you, man, hey, kudos to you, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not just being sarcastic. If what you have, no matter what it is, scrub or not, rookie or not, stock or not, works for you and makes you happy, man, enjoy it. Enjoy it to the best of your ability. It's your stuff, your money, your hobby, your channel. Do whatever makes you happy, people. Okay? And like I said at the end, and again, if you're lazy, get out of Nitro. Go do E-Word, though. Don't get out of the hobby. Okay? If you're a lazy fucker, excuse my language, lazy fuck, okay, don't waste your time in nitro. Go do electric. It'll be so much more easier. It'll be a lot easier for you. You don't have to have any patience. You don't have to do shit. Charge it, basically all you got to do is just like this. Put it in the microwave. Push start. And there you go, man. That's E-word. Alright? Here's your E-word. That's your E-word shit. Nitro, E-word. Okay? Any questions? Shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, regardless of the results you got, good or bad, long as you learn something, you got ahead that day. Again, if you didn't learn anything, then that was a fucking waste of you. Shouldn't even got up that day. Should have stayed in bed. Alright, people, so that's all the Muggy Maniacs got. We're running Byron's, people. We run the good shit. We ain't running no fucking... We're not running nothing but the best. Proven. 10 gallons. If you want your motor to get 10 gallons and never have a problem, there you go right there, people. Byron's 3011. Mr. Bodegel, if you value anything that he says, Mr. John Bodegel, the legend of YouTube, Nitro, Fitscale, says that this is the best fuel there is. Well, good enough for me. The legend says it's the best. I don't care how much it costs. I'm running my shit. Okay? I can spend $1,000 on a whip. I can spend $400 on a motor. I can spend $100 on a pair of tires. I can spend $150 on a servo. I can spend $100 on some tools. Why in the fuck wouldn't I want to spend $40, $50, I don't care, on fuel that the legend has said is the best fuel for nitro motors? Period. End of story. I don't know. You got to ask yourself that question. Okay? That's all I got. Peace.